Hi guys, well here we are again. Today is Friday the 10th of November. I've rushed down here after work. It's about 3:15 now. Just setting the rods up. It's been nearly 2 weeks since I last saw you, and since I had that barbel. It was my new Warwickshire Avon PB. Keen to get the rods in the water. As you can see, probably see behind me, I'm just setting up. So I'm going to get set up and then we'll have a catch up as to what's been happening. So guys, what's been happening? Well, last time you saw me, as I said, that 13-pound barbel out, fantastic, couldn't believe that at all. Over the moon, totally over the moon with that. As I said to you, I was gonna keep coming down, keep the bait going in to this peg, and keep an eye on the water temperature. Well, the water temperature has stayed around the 9.5, 10 degree mark. So I kept the bait going in leading up to last weekend. Every other day I came down, put some bait in. Then what happened was, I intended to fish Friday, as I'm doing now. Couldn't get down as early as I wanted, unfortunately. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll just come and bait Friday, because they'd forecast it to rain all Friday night into Saturday morning. And I thought some water going in, it could be good or could be bad. If it's cold water, then you know it's not good. So I checked the forecast again, and it was going to be 11 degrees all night while it was raining. So I thought that's fantastic, we'll do that. We'll hit it Saturday evening when there's some nice fresh water going in. It won't be cold water, it won't be warm either, and everything will be great. So I came down Friday evening, just as it was getting dark, baited up. Actually saw a chap down here. I was having a chat to him, a chap called Stephen, who lives fairly locally in one of the villages, and chinwagging away for an hour, and I did a bit of baiting, and as I was baiting, the fish were topping and crashing out over there and rolling. I mean, it was just at that sort of light level where you couldn't really tell what it was, but I'm sure it was bream rolling. You know, there may have been other fish in there as well, but you know, so this is brilliant, it's going to be great. Spoke to a chap I know fishes upstream from here as well, called Harry. He fished on the Thursday, I believe. I think I'm right in saying, generally fishes Thursday, and he'd had some barbel out as well. I thought, this is brilliant, you know, the place is going, the fish are here, fantastic. We'll fish Saturday evening. So I came along quite early actually, 2:30, 3 o'clock on a Saturday. Started fishing, and the gamble didn't pay off. Hit the water at exactly the right time. It was just coming up, which is when it's fantastic in here. Didn't turn the water cold. In fact, it put it up about a degree. And as we found previously, absolutely killed the place, stone dead. I fished and I fished and I fished. I was here like 5 hours or something, which I know you probably laugh at that, guys, but for me that is a long session. When you're used to doing 2 hours, doing 5 is a long old session. And I fished well into dark, and I finally had a chub of about 2 pound, I suppose, something like that. I'll show you, here it is. So, you know, I can't moan, it wasn't a blank, but, you know, I took a gamble and it didn't pay off. So, you know, that's the way it goes. Anyway, I've kept baiting again this week. I've kept the bait going in every other day. That was Saturday I fished, so I came down Monday and Wednesday, and last night I put a little bit in as well, not too much. although it's been a lot quieter, the river. I haven't seen a lot of fish topping or anything, but it has been dark when I've been baiting up. Which brings us to tonight. Now, once again, throwing Harry's name in again, I was talking to him yesterday. He went again yesterday, and he had 5 barbel out yesterday. The water's about 9.8 degrees, something like that. I've just checked it now, it's 9.9. So it's certainly not going to put the barbel off. I mean, the place he fishes upstream of here is, you know, it's really nice stretch of barbel water. A lot more barbely than this is. You know, I may have missed a trick here. Perhaps we should have gone below the weir. But what I'm thinking is, it's Friday night now, so I'm going to fish into dark tonight like I do, as I say, because all the bait's been going in here. And I may have Sunday morning, get up nice and early Sunday, maybe sort of 5:30 or something, and go down and have a couple of hours just below the weir, because it's due to rain all night tonight again, and it's not going to be hot or cold in the night. It's just going to be, you know, sort of 10 degrees, the same as the water. So hopefully that won't kill the fishing. But you know, it's worth a gamble. A couple of hours on Sunday morning when everyone's in bed at home, sneak out. So I think I may well do that. So we may do that Sunday morning. Water conditions here is, it rained the other night, or the other day I should say. We're Friday now. It rained Wednesday night a lot. It's put some water in. It's up about a foot, so you can't do any harm at all. It's just starting to fine down now. It's just starting to fine down. So I'm quite hopeful that the water temperature as well has been stable all week. I found that is the key. Certainly at the moment, with the reasonable water temperatures, the water temperature going up or going down hasn't been great at all. Going down has been a bit better than going up. Going up seems to have killed everything off Stone Dead. But it's been the same since I checked it on Monday. Now we're at Friday, so stable water temperatures. I'm hoping that will be good as well. Anyway, I'll just stop talking. I'll go through baits and stuff with you in a minute. I'm just going to have a bit of a tidy up and sort the rest of my gear out, and we'll talk about exactly what I'm doing. So guys, what exactly are we doing tonight? Well, as you can see, I've got the alarms, I've got the helicopter setups, I've got the sort of light carp gear, if you like, because I'm going to fish for a few hours. I don't want to be staring at quiver tips, so I've got these setups and they work pretty well up here. We'll probably catch some bream, I would think, although everything's very, very quiet at the moment. I haven't bought any bread, you know, I haven't put any maggots on or anything like that, because really I'm just trying to winkle out sort of a last barbel, or we might even contact a carp with a bit of luck. So just while the water temperature's holding just under that 10 degree mark, I'm going to see if we can't, as I say, winkle out something big. So bait wise, what I've done, of course I've got one rod on the krill. That's been really good for me this year. Previous years, absolute waste of time. This year, I don't know why, but doing really well on it. It's fantastic. I have on, as you see, I've got 3 rods. So I've got krill on the one rod, which is the rod, the downstream rod that's over right near the snag. The middle rod I've got on TG Active. All these have got paste wraps on them. I'm using ground bait and putting a few boilies in the feeder with the ground bait, and obviously using the weight of the feeder instead of a lead for the self-hooking properties of the rig. Fairly short hook links, maybe 8 inches long, 9 inches, 10 inches, something like that. Now the other rod what I did in the week, or last weekend I should say, is I realised and remembered that in the freezer I got a bag of Richworth S-Core boilies. Now these things are supposed to be really good cold weather bait. They got this stimulant, sort of biostimulant in them, and I was reading some kind of thesis somebody done on it at Sparsholt College, and like I said, I had these I think from last year sometime. They've been in the freezer for ages anyway. I thought, well, you know, why not give them a go. I don't tend to use them too much for barbel fishing because they've got quite a sweet sort of creamy, vanilla-y sort of smell to them, caramelly sort of smell. and I do like fishing sort of fishing the fishy baits. Easy for me to say, for barbel. Although I have caught barbel on them before, so I thought, well, let's use the bag up. So I've been baiting up with them this week, because this stuff's supposed to stay active for like 24-36 hours in the river or lake bed. So I've been banging it in here all week, just, you know, 20 or 30 boilies every other night, broken in half, just getting it in to hopefully get the fish feeding or keep them feeding. That was the idea anyway. And that was my very long-winded way of telling you that on the other rod I've got an S-core boilie. I've got a paste wrap on that as well. I knocked some paste up at home last night. Just blitzed up some boilies in the food processor and brought it together with some water and just a little bit of honey, just to make it a little bit more sticky. So that's what we'll do for now. I've got a few other baits I may try, but for now I think that'll do. It's coming to that sort of time now, the twilight sort of time. The sun's just going down over there, treating me to a beautiful sunset behind the trees. Like I say, it's all very quiet here. We haven't really had any twitches, have we? Just had a little bleep, but I think that was just a bobbin dropping back. I'm sure it's just the line settling because I've just recast the rod. But I'm going to recast fairly regularly for now, perhaps about every 10 or 15 minutes, just get some ground bait in case the bream do turn up. So wouldn't mind a big old slab, that'll do me all right. But they don't seem to be here at the moment. What I did discover as well, after having a little read up about this S-core stuff, is I have to admit, for a few years now I've been thinking, why don't you do a fishy version? It'd be brilliant for barbel fishing. And I've just discovered that earlier on in the year, Richworth have apparently gone through a bit of a change in management, and the original owners have now retired. And what they've done is bought out S-core 2, which is fish meal based boilie with this Minoplex stuff in it. So I think I'm going to give that a go. I'll get hold of some of them, give that a go, just while the water temperatures are staying up. And then when they don't, as I've said previously, I think we'll get on the trail of a big roach, a big perch. We do some chub fishing and some pike fishing as well. There's some big old pike in here, so I wouldn't mind latching onto a few of them. Anyway, for now I'm going to get tidied up just as it starts to get dark, and hopefully we'll put some on the bank fairly shortly. Well, it looks like the S-core's having the effect we wanted. Big drop back. I'm guessing bream, but who knows. There's some fish there anyway. What a beautiful sunset. It's getting a bit cold though, as you can tell by what I'm wearing. It's just about 4:30 now, 4:45. To be honest, now is the sort of time, if we're going to catch a barbel, this is the most likely time, between sort of now and when it gets properly dark. I mean, you know, we may still catch him in the dark, but I found the best time this year certainly is from when the sun sets to when it's actually dark. That is prime time. I can't but cross our fingers really. Everything seems good. The wind's dropped a little bit. There was a nice ripple on the water now, but it's just as you can see over my shoulder, just a very gentle ripple there now. You know, I've had a few knocks on the S-core, but apart from that, not a lot really. So, you know, we'll stick it out for a few hours yet anyway. I fish, I think, depending what it's like. I mean, if it's like a morgue like it was last week, I'm not going to stick it out again to catch a 2-pound chub. What I'll do is I'll suck it and see really. But you know, if things are looking promising, then I'll stick it out till 8, 9 o'clock maybe. But if it's not looking so good, I don't think my patience will hold out that long. But you know, I could sit here looking at that forever. It's beautiful. Well, that was a bit of a pull on the TG Active there. I haven't used that very much up here, but I seem to like it. Excuse me eating guys. I don't know if you saw that, but there's a big roll exactly over where the bait is. I didn't see what it was, but it was a big old splosh. I think, top of my head, obviously looking back on here I have a better idea, but it seemed too big to be a bream, to be honest. Although it was a roll, it wasn't a crash out. And immediately afterwards the TG Active bobbin was up to the top and down again. So things are looking promising. It's good. Getting some twitches anyway. I've definitely fished out and they're definitely feeding. Well, that was on the S-core. That's the breamiest bite I've ever seen. Well, bearing that in mind, assuming it was bream, it did look a very breamy bite, didn't it? I'm going to get this rod back in and I'll get some more balls of ground bait in there. They're obviously there and they're obviously feeding, so Let's get some bait in. Wow. Finally into something, guys. Feels very breamy. Well guys, as we thought, it was bream. Not surprisingly, it stretches. There's a lot of bream in here. It's not a bad one again. Beautiful condition. Wow. Covered in leaves. There he is. Yeah, fantastic condition. Not very thick set, so probably, I don't know, £5, something like that. Ooh, careful. Well, I'm not going to complain. Saved a blank. I've, as I said, been fishing boilies, paste wrap, and these fellas, I'm sure, have been picking the bait up and not been able to get it in their mouths properly. What I've done this time is scaled right down. I've got an 8mm halibut pellet on with just a little paste wrap, and not long after getting it in the water, this fella's graced us with his presence. Anyway, to be honest with you guys, it's been quiet, hasn't it, apart from these breams. So it's about 7:30 now. This guy wants to get back in the water. I think I'm going to knock on the head at that. So we'll have a session, I think, below the weir on Sunday morning. So until then, tight lines, enjoy your own angling, and I will see you again Sunday morning below the weir. Thanks for watching. Bye.